Welcome to my next video. Today I'm going to be going out, do some Uber Eats deliveries and make a few dollars, and then we'll see how it works out at the end. I'm hoping to get $500 again this week, and that would be great if I can do that each week. $2,000, $2,500 in the month of December. We will see. I will come back and chat with you. I got some things to talk about here at the end of the video, and then we will share a few more ideas on how to make a few dollars once we're retired or laid off or out of work. Things that we can do whether you're 30 years old, 50 years old, or older. Of course, if you're older, you've got more time. We will address these things shortly, so please stick around. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am just out here getting some Uber Eats orders. Unfortunately, right now, I'm here at Pizza 73, and there's a delay, so it's costing me time. Maybe 5 or 6 minutes, but hey, it is what it is. I'll keep plugging along. See you soon. Well, hi folks. Just letting you know that I am back home now after doing a bunch of runs, and I'm happy to say with Uber Eats I've made another $520 this week. So it should be good. Just standing outside my house. Put the decorations up there a couple weeks ago, so everything's looking good. It is wet and mucky here, probably about +1 degree, and it will be freezing tonight and then be icy again tomorrow, but it wasn't that bad actually today. So anyway, I'm just in my neighborhood. Some nice houses around here, and I guess we all have nice mortgages. So anyway, I will piece together a video and we'll discuss about a few things. Some things including publishing, writing, and marketing novels and short stories, something that which I have done. So we'll touch on that as well. In the meantime, I'll see you soon in the next segment. Cheers. Hey folks, I'm back again here. Just wanted to create another video and share a few ideas with you. Now, as mentioned in a couple other videos, sometimes we find ourselves in situations where we don't have an income coming in from a steady source, such as a job or a career, an employer for whatever reason. Maybe we've lost our jobs, maybe we've been retired voluntarily, or maybe we've been forced into that type of a thing. Maybe we've been let go or fired or laid off. Regardless of the reasons, sometimes we still need to make some extra money, or it might just be situations where we've retired and we're just bored. We don't have a lot of things to do. Maybe in the summertime we can tend to our gardens, but in the wintertime we're just bored. So that happened to me a few years ago. Actually, I was in the evenings and I thought I would come up with a different way of doing things, because I've always heard, and you've probably always heard, that hey, you've got an interesting story, you should write a book. Well, I decided to do just that. It was funny, it was in 2016 I wrote my first short story actually, and it's called Terror at the Valley Zoo. And it's a short story about 8,000 to 10,000 words, I believe. And it's quite interesting. Here's the front. Terror at the Valley Zoo by Martin Michael Blair. And here's some information for you to look at here on the back. Now, this book is available on Amazon, on thriftbooks.com. It's on Goodreads, and it's even on eBay. So you can do that. You can write a little story, and it's quite interesting. Now, the idea I got for this was, I was in construction at the time, and I remember in 2011 we had a situation where we have a zoo here in my city, and lo and behold, some of the heavy equipment that was operating at the time did knock out the electrical fence, the electrified fence around some of the perimeter where there were some wild animals, um, wolves and whatnot. And then I had also heard of stories over in Georgia, in the country of Georgia, where there was a situation where there was flooding, and there was I believe it was a tiger, a bunch of animals got loose, and the government and all the officials rounded all the elephants or all the animals up, but they didn't account for one tiger. And when the maintenance crews went into some buildings, there was a tiger there, and the tiger actually attacked and killed one of the maintenance workers. So I took some of that information and I created some characters out of from friends that I know and workers that I had worked with, and created a little book. And it's done quite well, and I've made some royalties. I've been paid because when I did my self publishing, it was actually through Amazon at the time called CreateSpace. But now, if you want to do that, you go onto Amazon and it's Publishing Pro, and you can write stories and whatnot and self-publish your books. So this is just a short story. What I did do though was I did write a full novel. This one is called Sunrise Over Palermo. Here's the front cover by Martin Michael Blair, and then here's the back, some information here. If you can kind of see, hopefully you can see that. And I can say it's available on Amazon as well as eBay and a bunch of different sites. And again, they set the prices for these books. I don't set the prices, and then I do get some royalties from that. So you've probably been told in the past in your own personal lives that, hey, I should write a book. You've got some interesting stories. You've had an interesting life. You may have situations that have happened in your past, or you may have family situations that you should write about. And sometimes it's a good way to document life's journey, your life's journey, and then put it out there, and you could make some money from doing that. So it's quite interesting. This one here, Sunrise Over Palermo, I use a lot of my influences from my family. I married into an Italian family, and so I have a lot of people who are from Sicily as well as Calabria, the south of Italy. And I've taken that information. I'm Irish, English, and Scottish, so I've got some roots over in England, in the UK. So I combined some of that information, and it's quite interesting. So I based some characters off of some real life people, and got involved there with the Sicilian mafia, of all things. So the Sunrise Over Palermo is actually intended to be a trilogy. There's 2 other books in the works, but I haven't completed those yet. It is a lot of work, let me tell you. A novel is around 50,000 words minimum. So I was writing about 1,000 words per night, but they all have to make sense too, because you have you have a chapter back here. The way I write my style is I'll create a chapter about something, and then the next chapter will be about something else. And then the 3rd or 4th chapters will come back and carry over from where the first chapter left off. So that's kind of my style of writing. And it was a lot of fun. It was great to see that. And then I ordered a bunch of books, and I gave away a few as samples. And then, like I say, I had quite a few sold through Amazon, made some money, and continue to make some money. You write the book once, 8 years ago, and almost 9 years ago now, and I'm still getting royalties from that. So I have another book right now that's almost complete. It's called Cast, C-A-S-T, and it was inspired by a dinner theater that my wife and I went to, and I got to know some of the behind the scenes actors. And believe it or not, in 1984, I took some modeling courses, and I did some ramp work and locally. So I was at a couple of big shows. I mean, I was 21 years old, so that was a long time. So don't look at me now and think of anything. But back then, I was like 170 pounds and 5'10". But anyway, it was quite interesting because I got to see behind the scenes, what goes on behind. And the book Cast is basically what goes on behind the scene when the curtain comes down, and all that models and actors and whatnot get to hang out together, and it shares into their lives. So it's fiction. These are books of fiction, but it's a lot of fun. Also, I've got the very first book I started to write, and I haven't completed it yet. It was called Passion and Betrayal, and it was about a 41-year-old international diamond broker in New York who has a girlfriend, a Russian supermodel, and they get involved with the underworld because of his career in diamonds. So I've got that one, and I've got some other ones that I'm writing on. So I think another one was called Just a Stop in the Road, and that was basically a story of myself when I was a young man in 1985, and I left the small town Alberta and came to the big city. And this is based on my life, but it's also set in Midwest, in the Midwest of the United States. And it's kind of like a small town boy goes to the big city and gets caught up in the nightclub scene of the 1980s. So there's so many different topics you can write about. You can make things up. The book I just mentioned, Cast, is actually set in 1996. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'll just show you this video here. If I can, let's move my video over here. I don't know if you can see. Oh, some things keep changing on me here. So if you can see here, this is the book Sunrise Over Palermo, and that's on Amazon. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you're able to see that. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on a few things. Like I say, there's lots of different ways of making money, and I was out this week and I made another over $500. So it's doable. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I'm doing good. You know, you get a few negative comments and whatnot. You get people saying that, hey, you didn't plan properly when you were young. I lived really good. We had a good life, and we still do. And we're not complaining. We're just trying to share a few things. So if you think I'm complaining about not having lots of money or losing my job, I'm not. I'm actually very happy. I'm always finding ways. I'm not the kind of person just to sit around and cry about things, because there's lots of opportunities out there. You just have to be willing to go out and do them. And hey, got a few other things happening, so I will continue to make videos. I do appreciate it. I see I've hit over 700 subscribers now, so thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you guys have done. You've supported my channel, and you continue to support my channel. I do need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours in the course of a year, I believe, so to get monetized. So I'm not monetized yet. So hey, if you can help me, if you can subscribe, leave a few comments, whether they're good or bad, it doesn't matter. Share your thoughts. I do try to read all the comments, and I do try to reply to as many as I can as well. I didn't get back to you today because I was busy all day doing some runs, but I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you're still here and you've watched this whole thing, I appreciate that, like I say again. And let's hang out together maybe tomorrow. Cheers.